Zoom. I should have given you a forewarning. I thought let's just go ahead and do a quick demolding party from the pieces that I did on the live last night and the pieces on the live from the last week. So first of all, here's the beach piece from last night. Dry. Obviously, I don't have to demold that. I'm going to fix up a little bit on the color on the sand here, and I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to do a second like wave on it. Let me know what you think. I kind of like it as is. I don't think I really need to add to it, but you know, let's take a vote. Why not? Hello, welcome. This is definitely not the typical time for me to go live. All right, let me just get this pulled up on the computer so I can see any questions. And for anyone watching this later, this is a live video, so the whole point is for me to chit chat with people and say hi. Hey Katie, hey Ellen, hey Trisha. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, Trisha. Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions. This isn't going to be the longest live, but I wanted to just do some demolding and show you guys kind of the results of some things. So first of all, here's the flower pieces that I did. And I can come around and bring them in a little bit closer up if needed. I'm not as thrilled with them as I was hoping to be. I mean, the flowers were big. So I knew these were going to kind of be deeper when they're really deep. And then I did end up getting air bubbles that popped up from the flowers. Because basically the resin goes in between the petals and it's hard to get the air out from there. But that's okay. And I had some little over here as well. So I think on next week's live, I may do just like a giveaway of these. I don't know. I'll decide. Yeah, they are quite thick. So this is more the typical thickness that I will do in these particular molds. These are the, oops, I got ink on the top of it. These are the alcohol ink ones that I did. I think they are actually super pretty. So here's the back. And you can kind of see that white came through. And then here's the top. And I did put a clear layer on the top as well. Kim, I'm going to do a separate demolding party for the Amazon live in just a little bit. I have to go to the office for that though. Right now I'm here at home. All right, these are the alcohol ink ones that Johnny did. And you can see they demold very easily. He didn't get the depth that I got, but I'm guessing I don't even know if he used the white at all. And he definitely did his differently. It's pretty cloudy on the bottom. I remember the first layer that we put down was pretty cold. So not as good, but still cool. I'm sure he will like them. Hello from Eureka, California. Awesome. Yeah, where's everybody tuning in from? I'm in Los Angeles. I cannot wait to demold these. I'm going to do those last. All right, and then here we have the pick coasters that he did, that Johnny did. I love these. So these are the ones he put the ink on. And then here's the ones without the ink. And once again, first layer, a little bit cloudy, but still pretty darn cool. I think these will look awesome in his studio. I don't know if he plans on keeping them or gifting them or what, but I think they're pretty cool. And I think it was definitely a good idea. All right, we've got Montana in the house, Minnesota, Maryland, Canada. Hello. Okay, so these are new molds that I literally just got yesterday. And so I filled them with the leftover resin last night in case anyone didn't see that live. These are from Just For You Online UK. And they are a UK company, but they also ship from the US. And I'm not sure other countries probably as well. But these are little candle holders and I'm so excited. So first of all, I just want to point out these are super flexible molds, which is really awesome. When demolding things like this, sometimes you want to punch somebody because it is so hard to take them out. And these are super easy. Okay, that came out so much cooler than I thought. You can't really tell the design by just looking inside. Look at that. That's so cool. So these are little tea light holders. Okay, so great question. Tina asked if it's cold, the resin will dry cloudy. No, it's if your resin is cold, it'll be hard to get all the air bubbles out. So you need to make sure you preheat the resin. And last week, apparently, we did not preheat it enough. I need a new heater. The heater that I have, it kept going off. And so it didn't stay on long enough to preheat the heater. And it was like 40, 50 degrees last week or whatever, which isn't very cold, but it's cold for resin. Okay, here's the other one. And these are both leftover resin. All right, these came out way better than I thought. I had no expectations particularly, but super exciting. All right. So there you have it. And this is not a casting resin. So the fact that these came out so awesome with just a regular artist resin is pretty exciting. I can see a couple points here where air bubbles got in. So it's not perfect, but that's okay. I know, wasn't expecting them to look like that either. Hey Trisha, yes, my email is info@thepainterinu.com. You can also always go to my website, mixedmediagirl.com, and just hit me up through the contact page there. Yeah. Hey. Okay, I think that's everything to demold. You guys want to do some fun embellishing real quick? These were from the live last night, Christy. Yeah, and these molds are from Just For You Online UK. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I pretty much get all of my molds from them. Unless I'm in a hurry, and then I might get them from Amazon. Of course. Okay, let me see if I have paint here. Please hold. I did these 3 dips. Oh, hey, Linda. So I did these 3 dips on these little adorable canvases. And you might recognize this paint because it looks like my phone case. Remember I dropped my phone case in paint? So I thought these would actually make a really cute kind of triptych. And maybe they go like this, actually. Now you guys, I'm going to have to zoom back out. Show the coasters again? Sure. So here's the ones with the guitar picks that my husband made. Pretty darn cool. Great for any musician. Okay. And then here are the alcohol ink ones that I made, which I think are just gorgeous. So just to explain what a casting resin is. A casting resin is resin for use in a mold, particularly a deep mold. Now, molds like this that are not deep, I always do with artist resin and generally do not have any issue. A mold that is super deep like this, typically you'll want to use a casting resin in it, but this is not a casting resin and it came out beautiful. The biggest issue that you might have is not being able to get rid of all the air bubbles. If you're using a resin though that cures too quickly, Like most of the resins that you're going to get at Michael's and stuff like that is going to be a pretty fast set resin. So that you can have an issue with in a mold also, because it can heat too quickly and kind of melt the mold. So you don't want to ideally do that. But these worked out fine and the molds seem to be totally fine. I wasn't too worried. All right, let me get this set up a little bit better and see what paint I have. I think I want to paint tulips on these, but I do these kind of abstract tulips. So I just need some brushes. Oh, I have brushes. Okay, good. I got my awesome Arteza brushes. Yeah, you can do it in layers, absolutely. Okay, so I'm using regular acrylic paint, and I'm going to use some Artist Loft Black, and then a little bit of Amsterdam White, just because that's what I have. And give me a second, I'll adjust the camera angle. And this is just regular acrylic paint, nothing mixed in. Okay, this bottle's almost empty. Please hold. Let's just. There we go. Okay. Don't need a lot. All right. 1 second. Let me adjust camera. For some reason on YouTube, it's just really, really annoying. So close your eyes. It's going to zoom back out. Okay, that should be fine. And I'll adjust it a little bit from there. Move this over a little bit more. So I think this is how I'll want them to go together. And it's a little hard to see through the camera, but these are actually, I think they're really pretty. Okay. Although maybe this one might actually do like this. I'm trying to actually put the prettiest side on the top so that I'm painting over the part I don't like quite as much. All right. And I'm just using some regular Arteza paint brushes. So let's go. Abstract tulips, here we come. Okay, and so I'm going to start off with just putting some lines and making them a little bit wiggly. Not super wiggly though. You don't want, like, I don't know. Just not having perfection here. And these, I'm going for abstract. So also, I try really hard not to make a pattern. So kind of have some different heights and also different distances apart. Some may be closer together, some may be further. This is probably a little too patterny. Yeah, Tulip Thursday. Okay. I'll just review this one real quick to make sure. Okay, I think I want it like that. Now I'm committed. And this is just to start with. You can always add more, and I typically do. But let's start with these. I might add, I don't know. This is a little too symmetrical over here for me. It's bugging me. Maybe I'll just throw one in over here. Okay. So, step one, done. We've got the lines. So now I like to do these in black and white, especially with a colored background. And we're just literally painting this abstractness. It's nothing too crazy, pretty simple. Just think of kind of adding a bell to the top of your piece and keep it kind of proportional with your stems. Keep it simple. And let me know, guys, if you need me to adjust the camera angle. I feel like I don't have the best lighting right here. But at least you'll be able to see probably pretty well in this middle one. So I do like one on the outside, one on the inside, and then kind of just fill in the middle a bit there. And this is just how I do these. Really quick, abstract. You can, of course, go as much into detail as you want. And I kind of like doing some that are definitely more wonky because they're flowers. They're not all from the exact same angle. Some of them maybe were beaten up by the wind. You don't know. You know, who knows? Who knows what's going on with these guys? Another way you can do this, especially if you want to do this with children, or especially if you really, really doubt your painting abilities, is you can actually just put hearts at the top of these. And that is also a really cute way to kind of do some abstract tulips, especially around Valentine's Day. Now it's up to you whether you want to add grass or maybe some leaves. I typically will add some, but I kind of will usually decide that at the end. Now these were dips, so I didn't get the outsides here, so I will probably paint the outsides black, but I don't know. Let me think. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I definitely want to add a few more. It's hard to decide. What do you guys think? More tulips? Leave them as is. Currently, they each have 5, which I like having an odd number. Let's add a little bit of, and they're not going to be black, by the way, when we're done. Let's add a little bit of grass here. That might help the situation. So I'm just going to do really simple, pulling up some black from the bottom here. And I might kind of vignette the whole thing. Hopefully I said that right. Leave it. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let me hold this up so you can see it a little bit better. So I've got the black on the bottom. Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to do some white. And then we can decide after that too if we want to add more. So I like to not let these dry. And I'm going to basically just go over them with white. So we'll have some parts where it's kind of gray. And I don't cover the whole thing. I'll do kind of this first batch and then show you. And I did switch my brush out, otherwise it'd be too gray. Oh, I'll do the last one and then I'll show you. So pretty cute. Very simple. And of course you can add color if you want. I just like the black and white, especially on the colored background. And sometimes too, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll go in and maybe add a little bit of white to the stem as well. And then we can add maybe a few little leaves in here, which will fill it in just a little bit more. Let me just finish this first one and I'll show you guys. please hold. Your call is very important to me. And I'm going to re-put back a little bit of black down here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Trisha. Super cute. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, very simple. You saw how quick that is. So let's go ahead. I'm going to finish the rest of these the same way. Hey, Tamara. Welcome, welcome. Might have to wipe this brush off a little bit better, but let's try it and see what happens. I do like to go pretty fast so that the black doesn't dry fully. But you also don't want to overload your brush with the black, your white brush, you know. Then you'll just have all gray. I like to have some parts where the white is pretty pronounced. Okay. And you can, of course, add other flowers in here if you want, or whatever, butterflies. There's no rules. It's up to you. Maybe put a happy little squirrel in there. Just kidding, that would be random. You wouldn't fit a squirrel in here. Maybe a ladybug. I personally am not, I don't enjoy painting bugs nearly as much as I enjoy painting flowers. So I typically don't. And I also kind of like leaving it fairly simplistic. And it can be kind of easy to overdo it, I think. Yeah, totally. So once again, this is black and white, but feel free to go in here with color. So one thing is make sure you have a kind of contrasting color, especially since this was the background was a dip. The background's pretty blended, but you could do, let's see, what color would I do? I would still, I think, do white or black, or maybe white and black and then add color. I think could look cool. So maybe, I don't know what color. I kind of automatically gravitate towards either purple or red tulips. Maybe. What's up to you? Okay. And then just try not to make things matchy-matchy like your, like I just started off with almost exactly the same leaf over here as I have over here. So on this one, I'm going to just go ahead and do it already to make sure it's not too matchy-matchy. Because that can definitely happen. I had no intentions necessarily of doing this on a live, so I'm kind of glad I decided to. It means it's going to get done faster. Yeah, red would be good. You just have to figure out a red that would go with this background specifically. So, either way. All right. And hopefully this is a pretty easy demonstration. Not too difficult to follow overall. May take some practice. Ooh, yellow. That actually screams yes to me on this. I know not everyone's a yellow fan, but I actually think that contrast would look awesome. And I personally think that yellow and purple kind of go pretty well together. And I'm not even a yellow fan myself. All right, we're done with the flowers. Now we just got to do the black. And I'm going to paint all around the entire border of the piece with black. I'm going to start with the bottoms and add a little bit of the kind of grass in there. And I think doing this at least makes it so that the flowers don't look like they're just floating out of nowhere. All right. Hopefully I'm not missing any questions right now. If so, I'm sorry. All right, I'll come back to that other edges there. I need more black paint, and my arm is asleep. I have some sort of a genetic condition. I don't even know what it is, but my brother and my other siblings get it also, and our arms just fall asleep quite frequently. Don't even know what it is, but it makes being a painter very interesting. Especially when you have to kind of stop mid-process because your hand just doesn't work anymore. A metallic red could be nice as well. The whole background here is pretty metallic, so that might actually look pretty nice. What did I use in here? I don't remember. It definitely has gold in it though. But I think mixed with the reds that are in there, it looks copper. This was the paint. I dipped it in the paint from my Valentine's Day frame class. And this is the frame from the class. So you can see the colors without being so blended. All right, we are almost done here, guys. So, any last minute questions that anybody has? Also, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to super chat or super sticker. That always helps. And otherwise, if you are following me on Amazon, which there's a link in the description of this video, if you're not yet, I will be going live in just a little bit to do a bunch more demolding of some other really cool projects that I did. By the way, these little canvases are from Arteza, in case anyone was wondering. All right, almost done. I may not do all the sides right now. I may leave one for later. It's hard to not get black paint all over the place when you do all the sides at once. Okay. Awesome, Lori. Thank you so much. All right, I need to do a little bit more on the grass on these two second ones that I did, just to make it match that first one. that's good. And then I'm going to bring you guys in for a close-up. Nah, I'll just do this one upside down. Upside down. I like a little gamble. And I'm just kind of chopping it sideways with my brush. One of the bazillion ways you can paint some grass in there pretty quickly. Okay, great. I still have one side to do on each of these, just for ease. I'll do that a little bit later, but let's go ahead and do a close-up here so you can see these with a little bit better lighting. Camera's gonna shake. And what do you guys think? Adorable triptych? I think these are super cute. And that was pretty fast. I wasn't timing this video, but per YouTube, I've been live for 30 minutes, and at least 10 minutes of that was demolding. So painted the 3 of these in probably about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know. Not bad. I'm gonna do a little more work on them later, not much, mostly just cleaning up the edges and stuff like that, but super simple. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this very random Thursday morning live video, and I'll see you all next time.